Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Frog of Wargaming, and we've got another exciting episode for you today.
Oh yeah, we're going to be reviewing Wave 2 of the new Heroscape. It's Revna's Rebuke.
And I'm rejoined by Queen Heroscape himself, Earl.
Is that the new title? That's where we're at now?
You need something. You need to start a channel.
Yeah.
Escape channel.
I do need to. It's going to happen. You'll talk me into it one of these days.
But in the meantime...
Yeah. So...
We've got a lot of new Escape to talk about.
Yeah, this is a smaller wave. Especially we just had, not too long ago...
hot on the heels of Wave 1.
Yeah. Not too long ago we did see the reveal for Wave 3. Video on that will be coming eventually, but while we're waiting...
I have opinions.
Me too. We have opinions about the current Wave 2. But we're going to start with a promo figure. So let's get right into it. This is the official Heroscape Day promotional figure for 2024.
And we didn't actually cover how to get the other figures. So how do you get a hold of this guy?
A lot of the promo figures are either pre-order bonuses or they'll be in-store play bonuses for places that order them. As more places pick up in-store play, they'll be available for that for just prize support. And if you are unable to get them via prize support, between 6 to 8 months down the line, they will be available to order directly from Renegade.
Okay. I do like that. So there is... nothing is locked.
Nothing is locked. Everything in the game will be able to be bought eventually.
Because Renegade wants all of your money.
Yes.
Not a little bit.
All of it. But props to them for making it all available. This isn't like the old days where you had to go to an event to get the
promo card, the promo thing,
this
the fancy foil foo-foo version. No, you can get
they
it.
have committed to making it accessible.
It's like
at least in that way.
If you miss the Heroscape event, it's like $15.
Yeah.
Painted,
they
right?
just announced that Sergeant Drake from the last video, that was the Wave 1 pre-order promo. That is going to be available for pre-orders, I believe, starting early next year. I can't remember what they had as the price point for that, but I
think it was 15.
It was either 15 or 20. I can't remember for certain, but that seems right in line with where they've been. But for this one, Cornelius, Breach, the Derelict Prince, which is our Heroscape Day promo. Demetor. And right out of the gate, I've got to say, the figure I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite of the new designs as a figure, because it does what Heroscape used to always do.
Make up crap.
It used to take crap and then add a little bit of their own crap to it. We've got
Quasach Hunters.
The Quasach Hunters, I love that. But more specifically, I'm talking like Brunak. He's not a Manticore. And he's not a centaur, he's a Trollticore. He's a Trollticore. We have things like the Dund, that's a Doggin. He's not a dog, he's a Doggin. We have things like
what's a Doggin? I don't know. We've never seen him any more of them.
Yeah. What's he in?
Thericus, what's he like?
It's a Griffalion or something like that, which is great. It feels like old Heroscape could easily have fit this figure in, except for the pirate part.
He's neat.
Very neat. So 5 live, move 5, range 1, attack 3, defense 3, garbage stats.
Oh, honestly, that is like baseline. Like, you are an 80-point hero. This is the baseline. Let's see what else you do.
This is a baby's first Heroscape figure, and I'm all for it for that reason.
But very easy to get him up to 5 attack with first assault 2. So he wants to be the one initiating an engagement.
Yeah.
Charge in, do a big swing, try to get him some height advantage, do a 6 dice attack.
Pretty good for that. First Assault 2 isn't bad. Mutiny isn't bad. After a unique captain you control receives a wound or is destroyed, any or all pirate squads you control that chose that captain for the Captain's Way special power may choose Cornelius to be their chosen captain for the rest of the game. If any squads do, remove all wound markers from it. I like it.
I like it. Oh, go ahead.
There's an issue here. I feel like there's a bit of a creative disconnect between a few of the things that you want to do with Breach.
What do you mean?
So, First Assault says, I want to charge in Smash Face. Yes. I want to hit things with it.
Yes.
Mutiny kind of says...
Sit back.
Sit back.
Do you know what he's missing?
What? What do you have?
Disengage.
Disengage. Okay, yeah.
That way he could be like a tactical missile. Go in, get hurt a little bit, and then dip out.
Yeah.
But you're right, because if you send him in with your captain who you want to die so that he heals, your opponent, if they're smart, will
they'll focus fire.
Just kill Breach, and he'll be tied up in an engagement.
So I think that you're very rarely going to see Mutiny trigger and actually change much.
But when it does,
it's
going to be pretty cool.
When it does, you could have a swing. I think the issue is going to be getting him out of any fights that he gets himself into. 5 attack is good. It's really good. But you're going to have to be really picky and choosy about what you get him into.
Yeah, so at base, he's 5 health. View him as like a 5 attack, 3 defense pirate for 80. Yeah. I give him C for Cornelius.
I will give him C+, because C plus the design.
Yeah,
because I like the figure's design. He's very cool.
He is cool.
And he feels like classic Skate.
As someone who often picks their teams based off of looks rather than the actual stats and card.
I hear you there.
He'll be on my table.
Yeah, he's good.
If I can get a hold of him.
All right, so we're moving on then from Cornelius Breach into the actual contents of Revna's Rebuke. And the first thing that we have on the list, we've got the Kyrie expansion.
5 different Kyrie.
5 different Kyrie, all doing their own thing. The first one, though, is going to be Glenerva, who is the first Aquila Kyrie.
First Aquila Kyrie, and she looks, like, design-wise?
Design-wise, very cool.
She looks schmick.
Yeah, very cool. Very much what I would have hoped to see out of an Aquilan Kyrie. Very
like
move 5.
Kind of Mayan aesthetics.
Sort of, definitely sort of like a
Mesoamerican.
Yeah, deep in the jungle type style.
I like it.
5 lives, move 6, range 1, attack 3, defense 3. Pretty solid for something that we know is going to have flying. 90 points, so a little bit above the old Kyrie Warriors. But that's no problem. I don't see anything that holds it back. So we've got two good abilities here. Let's start with Concealment, because we've seen basically this before. Concealment 17. If it's targeted and receives 1 or more wounds from an attacking figure who is not adjacent, roll the 20-sided die. Count the minimum number of spaces between the attacker and Glenerva. Add this number to your die roll. I think that's very cool. Very
sweet.
Fun little twist on that.
And
if you roll a 17 or higher, ignore any wounds.
It's not a synergy with like the Mohican River Tribe or Brave Arrow, but it's a consistency thing.
Yeah,
so if you take Aquila, you're gonna get some evasion.
Yeah, which is really cool. It's not a stealth dodge. It's nothing like that. I very much like this. That part of the design in particular is just, it feels good. It feels flavorful for somebody who's like dodging in and out of the trees. They're sneaky. They're attacking at night. Yeah. This is Batman.
Big black wings.
Yeah. And then we get to the main attraction, Hanwi's Darkness. When you reveal an order marker, any order marker, not on this card, any order marker, you may also reveal the X order marker on Glenerva to activate Hanwi's Darkness. Until you next reveal an order marker, Glenerva and all small, medium, and large figures within 5 spaces of her cannot target or be targeted by non-adjacent figures with a normal or special attack. It's so cool.
That is really cool. I just realized
so freaking cool.
It's kind of a non-bow with concealment the turn you activate it, because it's super concealment.
It's super concealment. It's like you like being hidden. Let's take hidden and put more hidden in your hidden. You can do some really strange area of denial with this. You can do some really interesting messing with your opponent's strategy depending on where Glenerva winds up.
And it's only until you next reveal an order marker, so it's
but here's
situational. But once per round you're doing this. This is happening 1/3 of the game, because once per round, 3 activations per round.
But that doesn't detract from the fact that for a turn of your opponents every round, they're going to have to consider this no matter what.
Yeah, if they've got any range at all, this could seriously kneecap them. Cyvaris is sad.
Even
Deathwalker is sad.
Yeah. Even figures with that have no range, there's going to be some decision making on your part, moving them around inside that darkness, because they can't target things either. So there's some really flavorful stuff.
You could do some cool asymmetrical shooting too. If you have a really good shooting unit, maybe poke it out from behind cover, reveal this, give it darkness, and then it gets to shoot and not get shot back.
And keep in mind that this is at the beginning of your turn.
Yes.
So you reveal any order marker, you flip down that X.
That's what I mean. So your squishy Cyvaris, he pops up from behind the ruins. You activate this. He takes 2 shots. He can't get shot back.
Well, okay, so the issue with that is it's not enemy figures. It's all figures within that range.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and that's the cool part. That's where I think this is going to be really interesting, is using her to kind of like slowly move your army forward into like where it can start smacking and your opponents can't smack it first.
Interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's some really busted stuff that you can do.
Even enemy. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't think that affects my score for her.
It doesn't
too
affect
much.
mine either. Even if it isn't like I'm thinking. When I was first looking at this, I guess my analysis was what we were talking about here. The whole doing it every turn didn't even cross into it. So that's good. Still, I'm going to say, for the first Aquilon Kyrie, A+.
A+?
I'm going to give this A+. This is one of my few A+s that
I think she's really cool.
willing to give.
I would give her a solid B.
Solid B.
I think she will often be pretty cool, but at the end of the day, she's a 3 attack, 3 defense, 5 life. We've seen it before. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think Hanwi's Darkness, once that's broken, I feel like there's going to be something that cracks that. And when that happens, I feel like this is going to be a very sought after unit.
It might be. It might. We shall see. Who's next?
All right. So after that, we have Kil Korax, who is a new Kyrie for Revna.
Kil Korax.
Kil Korax. So this is the sister figure to Miserex from the Master Set back in Age of Annihilation. 95 points. It's a bit of a weird point total for this.
5 health, 6 move, range 1 attack, 4 defense, 3.
Yeah,
with
and
a
flying.
Special ability that doesn't do anything.
What are you talking about? I think this is amazing.
Really? Okay, well, let's read it.
So, after moving and before attacking, you may choose up to 2 different small or medium enemy figures within 5 clear sight spaces of Kil Korax. 1 at a time, roll the 20-sided die for each chosen figure. If the chosen figure is a squad figure and you roll an 8 or higher, you may place the chosen figure onto a same level space adjacent to Kil Korax. If the chosen figure is a hero figure and you roll a 17 or higher, you may place the chosen figure onto a same level space adjacent to Kil Korax. Figures moved by this never take leaving engagement attacks.
You're gonna have to explain it. If it could target friendly and enemy, then I'd be interested.
I mean, it's definitely if it targets both,
it's a non-guaranteed way to maybe teleport some squad figures up to her. What does that do for 95 points?
Well, for starters, you get the first attack, and 4 attack is not bad. That is above the curve.
It's fine.
So,
you're right.
So if you're pulling over just some small figure, maybe you're pulling over a Nagrub from Torkalna, maybe you're pulling over a Morrow out of the water, or taking something from a shadow tile, or from next to a tree, and pulling it over and smacking it for 4. I think that's incredibly solid.
I guess I could see her being decent at flying up, maybe, stealing some of their backline ranged figures, teleporting them up to the front. That could be kind of cool.
It messes with, once again, this is something that deals with the Romans. This messes up a formation.
Stop messing with my Romans.
Easily.
I like my Romans.
I do too, but having a tool in your pocket that can be like, okay, I can deal with this.
Nobody's afraid of the Roman meta, Earl. Except for your Blastotrons.
That is true. But I definitely think that there's going to be a use case for this. I love stuff that messes with the enemy line.
It's kind of cool.
This is we were just talking about, you had an S tier in our last video, and that was Sergeant Drake Alexander. And
because he goes, and he yanks them.
Yeah.
And
he pulled one figure over. This pulls 2 figures out of a lineup, and if you know where the order markers are on your opponent's field, you can literally pull something else over.
Earl, you're not allowed to point out my inconsistent opinions, alright? Because I give Sergeant Drake an S. I gave her a D.
Ooh! Okay,
I just don't see her doing much.
I could... I'm gonna...
She might be C.
You're pulling me down, man. You're pulling me down. But I'm gonna say it. I think
I'll give her. I'll bump mine up to a C.
You're bumping it up to a C. Originally, I had her at an A because I love things that mess with your opponent's strategy in this way. I feel
you're
like
a blue player.
Yeah, kind of. It feels like between this and something like the Warforged Soldiers and Sergeant Drake, there's a good army that's just like, it's pure disruption. Like, you're never going to know when your figures are going to be from
I'm an
turn
agent
to turn.
of chaos.
I don't like the figures
I don't know what
design.
I'd do with a Negrum if I actually caught one.
Yeah. So, I don't know about the figures design. I think it's a little... It's on the nose, isn't it? Like, she's just standing there surrounded by a pile of skulls. For that, you know what? I originally had her at an A. I'm gonna go ahead and say A-.
That's not much of a...
That's not much of a drop. It's mostly just the aesthetic drop.
Okay.
But I do like the witchcraft telekinesis.
Aesthetic-wise, pretty mid. But you have convinced me. Kinesis could be interesting.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
But I will stand by it. I think in more games than not, you will play her, and she ain't gonna do too much.
Fair enough. All right, moving on to somebody who hopefully does more. It's Miliky.
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 Is this the good one? Let me see.
I think it is.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this one. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Miliky, the Kyrie warrior. 5 health, 5 move, range 1, 4 attack, 3 defense, 100 points. So already, pretty solid. We just talked about that exact same stat line from Kil Korax. Kil Korax at 6 move.
Yeah,
Very close.
Very similar. 100 points. So this is instantly a higher point value than the early Kyrie. They were all at 80.
That's because she's much better. 4 attack.
The stat line is not
4 attack, double
that
attack.
different. Okay,
Listen, double attack twice
does work.
We've all been on the receiving end of Kamanawa before. All right, that 4 attack twice will punch.
That is
through
true.
Even your toughest heroes.
Hey, look at somebody can team up with Kil Korax. You pull the figures over to her and she does the damage.
Yeah, that could work.
You know,
I also like to see Olar Kyrie because there is a little bit of a Olar Kyrie build you could do with Atlaga.
There is, because we've got Atlaga, we got Sayland, we've got this one and Zamara who's coming up next. We've also got the Protectors of Ular. So we've got a pretty good roster coming up here.
Protectors of Ular, the biggest chests in Scape.
Yeah. Talking synergies real quick, I just want to make a quick note so nobody yells at us. Yes, I'm aware that Kil Korax and Miserex have a synergy where you can give Kil Korax the life drain ability using the life drain aura from Miserex.
But you have to have Miserex die first.
That is true.
It's kind of clunky.
That is true. There's a little bit of clunk there. Anyways, getting back to our topic at hand. Double attack, Spear of Sankari. Now, what does that do?
So whenever she destroys a figure with a normal attack, which she only has normal attacks, you may choose a small or friendly or medium friendly figure within 4 clear sight spaces and remove a wound marker from them. She cannot heal herself.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect destructible objects. But she's a healer that heals by causing pain.
Yeah. There's definitely some good stuff there. I like the design on the card better than I like the design on the figure.
She wants to be in the middle of the melee, probably killing squad figures and healing your other heroes that are around her.
She punches down.
Yeah, at least one buddy.
Yeah.
With her.
She definitely punches down and she wants to have backup. I like this.
I like her. I'm a green player. She's green. She plays like a green creature.
Yeah.
I give her an A. And I'm pretty sparing about my A's.
Okay, so initially looking at this, I'd had her placed at a B+. But I think you may have convinced me to move her up.
I'm a master orator.
Yeah, you sure are.
She's going to beat up a lot of the other Kyrie, too.
She's going to beat
that 4 attack
Kyrie.
twice. She's going to beat up a lot of people.
I think you've probably convinced me. I'm probably going to say, you're right, this is an A.
Definitely kind of a glass cannon, though. Careful throwing her right up the board.
You know, I don't think it's that bad with 5 life and 3 defense. I mean, 3 defense is average. 5 life is pretty average for a hero.
It is average, but
I think average does work when you're given these other stats.
That was the baby, not me.
That's what they all say. I think this is good. I think this is probably solid A tier. I'm moving it up from B+ to all the way to A. I'm jumping up 2 tiers.
We're in agreement.
Yeah. Good stuff from Miliky.
Miliky. Who's next?
Miliky. We have Queen Kion.
Carry on.
Carry on, my wayward Kyrie. This is by far one of the coolest Kyrie figure designs I think we've seen.
Yeah. So
this is the first Vidar Kyrie, which is a gap that I'm glad that we're finally having filled.
Perks to people who the design department, how you're making like the wings of all the Kyrie are unique to each faction.
I will say I kind of miss the older wings up behind them, vertical wings from the original Kyrie a little bit.
Oh, I don't. I like these poses.
Just for ease of use on a board. A lot of times, sometimes things that go horizontally really cause issues, and we're seeing that already. People are really complaining online about Zenithrax and the inability to use her on basically any board. Very difficult to move that figure.
Won't be as much of an issue in a medium.
Not as much as an issue here. We're looking at 4 life, 4 move.
4 move?
Range 1, attack 4, defense 4.
She's slow.
She is sluggish as
why?
All get out. And I don't know why. And I don't know why this figure is 110 points. I do not get this.
She should have 6 move. Because Vidar is supposed to be quick and tricky.
Yeah, I would have given this... I would have probably said 6 move. Potentially 5 if you want her to be a little clunkier. Stealth flying, fine. Sure. Heartfinder Spear 12. Before attacking with Queen Kion, you may roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 12 or higher, the figure attacked by Queen Kion may roll no more than 1 die for defense. I don't love it.
It's slightly less than half the time they're only rolling 1 dice, and only 1/3 of the time they'll even be rolling a shield.
Yeah, so it's...
A decent amount of the time, you're going to be getting 3 hits, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Okay, so best case scenario is half the time you're doing 2 automatic wounds on average. With 4 attack dice, on average you're rolling two skulls. I don't know with that 4 move though. Like it's so easy.
I must have passed over that when I was rating her. I didn't rate her high. I gave her a C.
I gave her a C as well.
But looking at that 4 move, I'm dropping her down to D. Because she wants to play, you read her stuff, she wants to be
to slap.
She wants to be your cruise missile prime. And who's flying over enemies, disengaging, and then killing a target. But you're not getting her in. That 4 move is slow.
This is a feels bad figure.
And it doesn't match her design either. Look at her. She looks like you're...
She feels like she should be light and nimble and agile, but more importantly, she feels like...
metal wings, they're actually really heavy.
She feels like there should be a Soulborg synergy to me. Because she's in the lore at least, she's meant to sort of be... Vidar is hanging back, he's given up more or less. He doesn't want to carry on this fight.
And she's taking command?
And she has more or less been like, if he's not going to do it, I will step forward, I will champion his name, I will be his queen.
I will sit comfortably in D tier.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave her in C, mainly because the design of the figure is so freaking sweet.
It's cool, but man,
it doesn't get her any higher than that.
I'd say 6 move.
Then you're
110
talking.
points all day long. 4 move, 80 points maybe. Overcosted, D tier.
Overcosted.
Let's move on before I drop her down to F.
Alright, so we've got Zamara for the last from the Kyrie section of this review.
Are they all chicks?
They are all chicks. Well, I mean,
girl power!
Yeah, I think the only original Kyrie... Oh, I take that back. We have...
Kelda?
The only original Kyrie that weren't were Taylord, Atlaga, and Konkan.
That's true.
And then, of course, you had the squads. You had the Enar Imperium, the Protectors of Ular. Yeah, all the squads, I think, were dudes. So the heroes were women. The foot soldiers were men. For most of...
Men with massive
men
chests.
with pecs.
Dude, frickin' pecs. I'll throw some up on screen just so you can
there you go.
glare.
Pecs. So Zamara, what does Zamara bring to it? She's kind of doing for Ular what Queen Kion was doing for Vidar.
Kind of taking the reins.
Ular has been poisoned. He's kind of gone stark raving mad. He's banished Sonlin and a bunch of the other faithful, and he's gone a bit wacky, which is a shame for our favorite general.
Yeah, I like Ular.
Ular's my guy.
Oh, is he? I think I'm being sarcastic.
No, Ular's like one of my favorites.
Oh, good. Because I feel like a lot of people don't really like Ular.
Yeah, there's definitely some anti-Ular sentiment out there. A lot of people feel that he doesn't have a theme. I will stand by the feeling that his theme is... Vipers. No!
Oh,
his theme is harmony with nature.
Lawful. A tailored garden.
Yeah. He is a tailored garden to Aquila's thorny bushes.
And dwarfs.
I feel like the difference between the two is Aquila is the wildness of nature versus Ular's harmony with nature. I feel like
I can see that.
And my thought experiment with this is, can you picture, had Aquila been around, the Vipers being in Aquila? And every time I've asked that, people have said, okay, yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, especially the Elite Onyx Vipers would fit in better.
Thematically, they feel like they could be Aquila's figures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do they feel more like that than Ular? I'm not going to get into that right now. How does Zamara play? What are we looking at? Amulet of Pivatar.
Well, let's do her stats.
Okay, sure.
I've seen this before.
Base level stats.
This is classic Kyrie.
Yeah, this is classic Kyrie stats. I think, actually, classic Kyrie had one more move a lot of the time.
No.
Really?
Original Raylan was 5.
Original Raylan 5?
Taylor is 5. Yeah.
Let me get
Runa might have been 6.
Raylan the Kyrie Warrior. Let's pull you up real quick here.
On,
6.
Don't make a fool of me on TV.
6133. That is the original stat line for base level Raylan.
Oh, okay.
And I think Kelda was also 6
she's
move.
a little slower.
A little sluggish comparatively.
Unless you give her Atlaga, then she's right back up
so, 80 points though. I mean, it's base level Kyrie. So, what do we do to earn the rest of that 80 points? Not a lot. What does Amulet of Pivatar do for us again?
The Amulet of Pivatar. When a Kyrie you control who follows Olar within 6 clear sight spaces of Zamara receives 1 or more wounds, you may roll the 20-sided die. If you roll an 8 through 16, ignore all but 1 wound. If you roll 17 or higher, ignore all wounds. Does not affect her. You don't think it does much?
I don't like that. I think
I like the all Ular Kyrie strategy where she is sitting in your back line protecting your team. Because think,
she's not. She can't be sitting too far back though.
6 sight spaces. That's a lot for.
It's a lot
for an aura. And
it's a lot for maybe ignoring all but 1 wound, which means that your squad protector of Ular is just,
Oh yeah, so it's not great for them, but for your heroes. I mean, how many times though? Like
for the heroes, it's not bad.
Let's be honest though. We've played a lot of Heroscape.
Yeah.
How many times your opponent rolls 4 skulls?
Yeah.
You have a 3 defense hero.
Yeah.
You're not feeling good about that roll. A lot of that time, you're going to be rolling 1 or 0 shields.
Yeah.
And in this case, she caps the damage out at 1. Or gets rid of it completely. I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, but, okay, even taking into account all of the new stuff, there are essentially 3 heroes that she works with.
Yes.
Yeah. And the point values on those heroes...
Just get the old expensive stuff.
Yeah, get the really expensive old stuff to make this figure work. I don't think she works very well. As it stands, most people will be playing her with Miliky.
I think she works well with Miliky.
I think so.
They synergize because Miliky can't heal herself, and she can't protect herself, so they kind of feed into each other.
I think with that in mind, that you will have a Kyrie to play off of. I think she's still, to me, about a C. Below average stats.
Wow, I can't believe
not
it.
Great.
This might be I'm giving her a B.
You're giving her a B.
Okay, the only times I've rated somebody higher than you.
It happens. I'm not. The world was not set afire with this figure. I
don't think she's not going to shift the meta at all. But she makes the Olar Kyrie list
more interesting.
Another piece in that toolbox, a defensive piece, which I think is cool. Yeah. My favorite faction, Kyrie are cool.
Kyrie are very cool.
B.
Okay, I'll give it a C. All right, now we're getting into the interesting stuff, though. We have
Eisenek.
Yes, the Eisenek, which I was not sold on initially. I thought they were non-Soulborgs, but the first we have is the Iron Lich Viscerat.
They kind of are. Honestly, I would rather them be Soulborgs.
There's part of me that does. There's part of me that likes what they're doing with them here, and it keeps them from being over synergy.
Yeah, but what is different? Look at the Iron Lich. That could be what differentiates that from a Soulborg.
The fact that there is
fleshy bits.
There is some fleshy bits still left on there.
I guess that's
the
true.
Argument.
I guess that's true.
And also in the lore, we're getting a little bit more of. Like, there's actually a functional culture. They've become a spacefaring race. There's a whole slew of stuff that we're finding out about them. And they're very... I like it. I like it.
Okay, well...
Which I did not expect to. For listeners at home, when I first saw these revealed, I was very much against them.
Really?
I thought, okay, this is getting too much edgy, too much... Like, oh, look at this, evil monster dripping oil and
What
blood.
is this?
Like,
Warhammer?
yeah, exactly. What is this? Is this,
See, that's where I differ. I think they're neat. I like the design.
I
very for any Warhammer fans, very mechanicum.
Mm-hmm. What I will say though is the new lore has saved it for me, because we're finding out that some of these figures, they don't even remember what they were. Like, they've been floating loose in space for a long, long time, and they're essentially being pulled from the end of the universe to come fight. And my headcanon is these guys all worked in the same junkyard together. These are scrap workers. And
maybe.
And Revna's pulled them from the future and is like, here, have a gun. And they're like, it's as good as any other thing. Let's kill some dudes.
See, I think they're much more... I wouldn't say junk workers. Just looking at him, he looks a bit more maniacal and scheming than that. But
potentially. Let's
get into the card. Or what does
all right.
Viscerat do?
Viscerat, 150 points. Let's say that right off the bat. This is we're in Mimring territory, which is not a bad place to be. 6 life, move 5, range 5. We're getting range on a figure the new wave.
Yeah, not very
finally. Attack 3, defense 4. I would say that's solid stats down the line. Pretty honestly, for that, it's not great for 150. But I think...
But wait, there's more.
Billy Mays here for Dismissive Strider. And this addresses something that I've always had an issue with in Heroscape, and that is how engagement can really gum things up and really... It grinds things to a halt.
Especially when your opponent has 21 fricking zombies.
Yeah, yep. So... Iron Lich Viscerat can move through small and medium figures, does not take leaving engagement attacks from them, and can target and attack non-adjacent figures when only engaged with small and medium figures. Let's freaking go!
Which is cool, because he's got these long legs. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he does not care.
That there's some Nagrubs nipping at his heels.
Attack me all day long, I do not care. I love that.
Something that happened in our game, Zombies versus Heroes, one zombie... Now Jotun's tied up. Even though the zombie doesn't even reach his kneecap.
Yeah.
This is cool.
All right. So what else we got? I love Dismissive Strider. Great ability. Vial Injection. Begin the game with 3 yellow surge markers on this army card. Once per turn before moving another Eisenek figure within 5 clear sight spaces of Viscerat, you may remove a surge marker from this card to add 2 to that figure's move and attack values until end of turn.
We've got steroids.
This is... Okay, usually when you get...
It's just yellow prime energy.
Yeah. It's the yellow monster. Which, oddly enough, describes Iron Lich Viscerat himself as well. So I love that. Like, that is a huge boon to any figures that are starting nearby.
Especially once we get to, I don't know.
The
this
very
is skipping
next
ahead
figures.
Even further.
Yeah.
Soulforge Manticore.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
Manticore, yeah.
Manticore.
Extra move and attack
Moving
on
6,
that.
but remember, every time it moves, it's chomping people. Now it's moving 6 with a normal move.
Uh-huh.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a
chef's kiss.
It's a buff piece, but it's resource management as well, so you can't just go spending these willy-nilly. It's really cool.
Yeah. There's some strategy here, but there's also, I'm just gonna smash face.
And then lastly...
Ironclad Puppeteer. After revealing an order marker on Viscerat and taking a turn with Viscerat, you may take a turn with another unique Eisenek hero or squad you control. This is my S tier. This is my first S tier. This is happening. I love this figure's design space. I love the I'm punching things. I don't even care about the little fellows. I'm going to target the real danger.
Yeah.
You cannot gum me up with your Death Reavers. I will simply shoot rainbow.
Yes.
I will. I know how to prioritize a target.
That is. I didn't think about this. This is kind of the anti-Raylan Death Reaver.
This is the anti-stale meta figure. He's taking, I keep wanting to call her a she for some reason. He's targeting the last 13 years of a stale meta is what he's aiming at. Like, I'm going to look.
Too late.
Yeah.
13 years too late.
Yeah, pretty much. But this makes sense. This is being pulled from the future. I love this.
Yeah, he's cool. I gave him an A.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't see a single thing that I'm upset about with this.
Earl,
yeah.
Give me your hand.
Yeah.
S tier, baby.
S tier, baby.
We're in agreement.
S tier.
He's really cool. If nothing,
is awesome.
I don't think you're ever going to regret
No.
taking him.
No.
He's just sweet.
The only thing I can think of is that 3 attack. But if you're complaining about having 3 attack, if you're complaining about your 1 average stat,
but it's 3 attack on range.
It's 3 attack on range.
3 attack, 5 range, and he's doing attack buffs on the rest of your team.
Mm-hmm. And you're basically doing everything with your entire army with this. This is great.
This is the linchpin in a Eisenek army.
Absolutely.
And moving on to his loyal
subjects down here.
Wraith Riders.
These are the people going around and picking up scraps and bringing them back.
May I?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited about these guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a lot of weird stuff about these guys. 2 health each.
Yeah,
What?
that's boom.
Okay, so they're already going to be a pain in the butt to get rid of. 8 move.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Range 1, attack 3, defense 3.
So Josh, let me tell you something here. Let me gauge a response from you here. 2 lives. Move 10. Range 1. Attack 5.
So only one. Well, I
defense
guess
3.
If you blew your load, you could. So it's only one figure gets the +2 attack and +2 move.
Is it one figure?
I believe.
Or is
so.
it a card? Let's look at that real quick.
All right.
Yeah, because we kind of need to. Let's make sure we're actually giving correct information. Figure. Okay. All right.
So
it's a figure.
You could blow all 3 on
once per turn.
Once per turn.
Yeah, once per turn.
Oh,
okay, so that's not as over the top as I thought it would be.
I mean, that's still a 10
But
move,
still.
5 attack Wraith Rider.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And there's that.
All right, and they got chain grab. I love
The effective threat range of these things cannot
grab.
be.
So after they're moving, before attacking, each one may choose a smaller or medium figure within 3 sight spaces, no more than 11 levels above or 6
level.
below. You roll 20-sided die on a 9 or higher. You yank it onto an empty adjacent space. You can only move that figure once per turn. So their threat range is just massive.
Their threat range, is 8 plus 2 with Viscerat.
+3.
Plus 3.
Also, 11 levels above. Is that a castle wall? How high is that?
That is castle wall.
So you're yanking people off the castle wall. Do they take fall damage?
I think they
Yes,
probably
they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cool. And they also have rolling movement. So
which is not as great, but still.
It's not that bad either, though. A Necrotech Wraith Rider cannot move onto a space more than 2 levels above his level.
Yeah. It's flavorful.
It is. Because if you look at the models, these guys, they don't have legs. They're just on
They are
exercise balls.
They are the Dwemer constructs from Skyrim. They're they're rolling around on the ball thing. That's exactly what they are. They are awesome. I love everything about them. A+.
Yeah, I also give them the A. They're sorry, I had to check my notes. I had to make sure that past Josh was correct. Yeah, A tier. I think they're really good. They're really cool. Maybe borderline like overpowered. We'll have to see. These guys, 90 points seems like a steal. 2 health each. Crazy move. Good attack.
Yeah.
Decent survivability.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
There is nothing that I don't like about these. I mean, if I think about it too much, I'll go to S tier, but I think the only thing that's keeping it back
and they're bonding with Viscerat.
Yeah, they're bonding with Viscerat.
Oh.
The rolling movement is maybe it's maybe an issue. I like it because it's flavorful.
I don't even think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
So
most maps aren't going to have that issue.
Yeah, usually when most people build, they do gradual inclines and declines, so it doesn't matter.
And who cares if you can't reach somebody? You just yank them down there. Just who cares? You know?
Yeah. So they have to make the slow way down. But I guess that's good that they have a slight drawback. Or else if these guys didn't have that, I think they'd be pure gas, overpowered.
Yeah.
Even then, we're talking upper A tier.
Yeah. Definitely A tier.
Very solid.
All right. So you know what that means? That is ending things on a high note for this particular review. Revna's Rebuke.
Let's do Wave 2 overview. What are your thoughts, Earl?
I think this one's generally it's very solid, especially this final set here. These 2 figures are easily the best thing, I think, from this new Heroscape Renaissance for things. So good. The Kyrie set, I feel, is a little hit or miss with some of the designs. Cornelius Breach is fine. He's good. It's not great. Once again, I feel like this is probably still B tier.
Yeah. Well, let's do it by set. Let's do the Kyrie expansion.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like a B or C.
I mean, I rank Glenerva really high, but
She's
then
cool.
I'm not sold with 2 of the 5. where I feel are just kind of middle of the road at best, and maybe even detrimental.
Probably like a C on that one then.
I'm thinking maybe a B- for the Kyrie set. Because it's all Kyrie, it feels a little redundant, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of Kyrie.
It's a lot of Kyrie at once. Could have pieced that out a little bit more.
But Eisenek.
The Eisenek is, I mean,
S tier,
the
baby.
lowest tier thing I have in here is
like
an A+.
Yeah.
You know, it's 2 figures, and the lowest is an A+. I mean...
With we've already seen some of the Wave 3 stuff to come. The Eisenek train ain't stopping.
The Eisenek train has a little more gas left in it. A little bit more necrotic energy to go. So overall I would say this would be a solid A tier if there weren't for just a few things holding it back. I'm probably still gonna say like this is a good solid continuation from where we were at the Age of Annihilation review. I'm gonna say this is still a B.
I think generally
overall.
I actually like the design of these more than a lot of the first stuff. Mostly because I didn't like I'm really not a huge fan of the pirates.
Okay. Really?
Except for Killian. Killian's cool. All the rest of the pirates couldn't really care less. But this stuff, I like where we're going.
You're saying that, and EJ1M, Admiral EJ1M, we both agreed he's excellent.
He is very good.
Yeah.
I didn't say he's bad.
Yeah. But not as interesting. Not as much of a fan as a sort of modular synergy.
And I do like, maybe it's because there's the backwards compatible. So the pirates are all new. So the Kyrie, you kind of look at them when you look at your old collection, you go, oh, okay, here we go.
This slots in, this fits with the world.
I do like that a bit.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, thank you once again for listening to this video. A little shorter than the last time.
much more digestible. We're still at 45 minutes, though, to talk about 8 cards.
Yeah. I mean, not bad, though. There was a lot to say.
We like to do a little meandering.
We like to wander off the rails.
Like those trains in East Palestine.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, thank you for everybody who's still listening and watching this. I hope you enjoyed.
And Earl, thanks again. It's always a pleasure. You are
always.
You are my Heroscape aficionado.
Well, next we have coming up... Eventually, probably not.
Wave 3.
Wave 3, Rising Tide. There's a lot to cover there, so we hope you stick around for that. Subscribe, all that good stuff.
One, yeah. And,
that one's going to be exciting. We're going to be I think we might be on a little bit of a roller coaster with that one. We have thoughts. But
we have good design and greed. So,
all right.
But I'll say that for next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Frog of Wargaming, and I'll catch you next time.
Bye.